Hey everybody, welcome in. This is October 23rd, 2019, and it is the grade, the waiver wire, and trade section. There were two trades that I will get to after the waiver wire transactions, but without further ado, let's hop into it. So, I made three kind of large bids. I've been kind of sitting on a decent amount of money, and Ty Johnson couldn't pass up. I overspent quite a bit. I spent $28, and I think the second closest was $6. I have no idea why no one else bid anymore. This is probably one of the last or maybe second to last final waiver wire weeks where there's going to be a big time player that will impact fantasy. I'm a little bit confused. In one league, someone spent $55. I don't know why anyone else didn't break double digits, but I guess maybe I'm crazy or on another level. Either way, way to go, me. I also acquired Kenny Stills for $7. No one bid on him. Don't know why. He's the number 2 wide receiver with Will Fuller, who is perennially injured. And he is pretty much the same thing as Will Fuller, except runs better routes. And Ronald Jones, $6. I don't know why anyone else would have got him, or why anyone else didn't bid on him either. So I am genuinely stunned. I spent $41 in one night, and cutting in about 60 to 70% of my budget. Either way, I'm very content. Probably spent a little bit too much. I'll give myself a B, probably because I spent a little bit too much, but I love all the acquisitions I made. Moving on, we have Brittany acquiring Indianapolis defense for $5. No one else bid on them. I feel like this is a great stream this week against the Broncos. Brittany probably knows that better than anyone else. So solid. Weston acquiring Kirk. Oh, I guess I do need to grade Brittany, but she has one more. Mike Nugent for $2. I'll give Brittany a B. I think these are fine moves. You know, nothing crazy, but solid value. Weston getting Kirk Cousins for $4. He's got the Redskins. He's gonna say you like that. Thursday Night Football. I think this is a decent play. Mahomes might play Sunday, so might cause some confusion for Weston because Kirk Cousins plays tonight or Thursday night, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's a tough call for an unfortunate situation he's put in now. Either way, I still like it. We'll give Weston a B. Next up, we have Eli acquiring Kyle Rudolph. Wow, there's a lot of transactions today. Yeah, so Kyle Rudolph for $2. Eli's quest for a tight end continues. We'll see if this sticks. If not, just throw it aside. He only spent $2. We'll give Eli a C+. It's worth a shot. Good value. CJ acquiring Benny Snell for $1. This is to handcuff James Conner. Benny Snell was kind of the same thing as James Conner. Maybe James Conner's a little bit more talented. But yeah, nothing crazy. Dropping O.J. Howard, which could be an opportunity for someone if someone wants to take another risk, or I guess chance on O.J. Howard. And then we got Gabe acquiring Jacoby Brissett for $0 and J.D. McKissick for $0. J.D. McKissick could get some work behind Ty Johnson, or could, be ahead of him. I don't know. He looked a little bit better on Sunday on film, but I'm still going to bet on Ty Johnson because that guy I like. Jacoby Brissett, $0. Nothing crazy. We'll give Eli a B because he spent nothing and got decent value. So that kind of concludes the waiver wire. Just a lot. Probably the last major waiver wire we're going to have for the rest of the year. There'll probably be some things here and there. But anyway, let's hop into the trades. So one just happened like 30 minutes ago, and then one happened yesterday at 12 in the morning. And I was trying to get... So I sent this offer to Tori, been working things through. I traded Brandon Cooks and Hunter Henry for Mike Evans. So I probably paid a little bit much because I really love Brandon Cooks. I feel like Brandon Cooks and Mike Evans are pretty similar in terms of their fantasy output, except for I think Mike Evans has a little bit of a safer floor. I just can't believe the Rams just won't turn things around. I think they will at some point in time this season. And Hunter Henry is the top 5 tight end. So I probably gave a little too much, but, Mike Evans already had his bye. I cannot hold on to 3 wide receivers and have my 3 wide receivers. It's just becoming really difficult. So I needed to make this trade. I needed to get a wide receiver that already had his bye. So I'm not just fucked with no wide receivers or, having to drop someone I don't want to have to drop. So, I feel like my hands are kind of tied here. I'll give Torrey an A and myself a B+. I'm not going to rag on myself too much here. I feel like, this is, the downside of drafting 3 wide receivers on the same team and having shallow benches. But, I don't no regrets for making that move. It's just, it happens. And Torrey needed a tight end, and we'll get wide receiver help. Anyway, moving on. Katie and Brittany. I just saw this. I think it's a decently fair trade. James White has decent floor, probably 10 to 12 points, but Nick Chubb is an elite running back, 20 points a week. We don't know with Kareem Hunt coming back how much that will impact things. Hopefully not, because that guy doesn't deserve a second chance this year. But anyway, Kenny Golladay, absolutely love the talent. I think Katie's getting a solid wide receiver, and I think this probably had a lot to do with Josh Gordon moving to the IR, so, Katie needing wide receiver help. And so she's downgrading her running back, but upgrading her wide receiver to a top 15 player. I think because Brittany's getting the better player, she probably quote-unquote wins this, but it's really close. So I'd probably give Brittany an A- and Katie a B+. I think it's really close. Could end up James White has a phenomenal end of the year. Who knows? But anyway, that concludes the waiver wire transactions and grade the trades. Next up, we have the matchup previews for Week 8.